Let's all play What's My Line?
But Arlene, all of those things I have done, none of them compares with working with you on What's My Line and the rest of our very charming panel. It's such a delight to be here. And let me say to all of you, welcome to What's My Line. During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some very interesting people who engage in occupations that we hope will baffle our panel. And then, in addition, the panel is going to face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on in the program. So now, panel, are you all set?
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, let's meet our first challenger. Will you come in and sign in, please? Rufus Harley. That's quite an outfit.
Oh, yeah, I brought out the colors today.
Oh, yes. Where are you from, Mr. Harley?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Do you understand how to play the game?
Yes, I do.
Well, let me refresh for our audience, now that you know how and our panel understands. Remember, for every no answer that Mr. Harley is able to give the panel, he receives $5. If he's able to give them 10 no answers, that means he's won the game and won $50. So now that we know how to play the game, let's find out exactly what Mr. Harley does for a living. I'd like to tell the panel that Mr. Harley is self-employed and deals in a service, and let's begin the questioning with that West Virginia Flash soupy sale.
With what you're wearing, would that have to do with what you do?
Basically, no. Basically, no.
Well, just a moment, small conference. Is this what you normally wear when you perform your...
Oh, yes, it's normally what I wear.
But this is not essential to... It's not essential for him to wear this particular type of clothing in order for him to perform the service which he performs. So I'm going to give you a no, and we're going to go to Meredith.
Do you work for a profit-making organization?
No.
He is self-employed.
Oh, I'm
so that has
sorry,
already been established. So why don't we go ahead? You go ahead and take another question. That was already established.
Can your services be provided for both men and women?
Yes.
Yes. Do you entertain people in any way?
Yes.
Yes.
You do? Do you entertain people indoors more than outdoors?
Indoors and outdoors.
But probably a bit more indoors than outdoors, but it isn't essential that you have to be in either one or the other in order to perform the service that our guest performs.
Do people watch you when you entertain them?
Yes.
You don't touch people in any way?
No.
That is correct. He does not touch people.
Good, I wanted a yes answer. Let's see, what else? Do you hold anything in your hand?
Yes.
You do? Do you perform sometimes, or can you perform on a nightclub stage?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you, when you have this thing in your hand, can you also move it away?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know which to guess. All right, I'm going to guess. Are you a juggler?
No. That's 2 down, and we go to Gene Rayburn.
Well, Meredith has narrowed it down a little bit. I have an impulse to ask him if what he does involves music in any way.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
So therefore the musical instrument he can hold, is it in the stringed instrument family?
String? No.
No.
It's 3 down, and Arlene.
Is it a pipe that you play on, the musical instrument?
Well, it's
Do you hold it in your mouth?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sure.
But it is something other than a flute.
Yes.
If we got the instrument, would it be helpful? I mean, is that what we're trying for?
I would say, Arlene, that would be absolutely essential.
Oh.
It would be essential to know what the instrument is.
What the instrument is. Is it an instrument that we are not so used to seeing in our orchestras?
No.
Yes, it is an instrument which
yes.
we are not used to
Yes.
seeing in
Yeah,
regular
that's right,
orchestras.
that's
Yes,
right.
so we'll get
Is it anything in the kazoo family?
Kazoo? No.
No.
Can't
4 down and we go to Soupy Sales.
It's a musical instrument.
Kazoo. Arlene.
I'm a ventriloquist. I just move my mouth and voices come out. It's a pipe. You play it with a pipe, did you say?
It's a wind instrument.
It's a wind instrument.
Not a string.
Not a
Soupy, are you having a conference without
with
even asking for
myself.
one?
I get
With yourself?
I get better results that way. It's a wind instrument, and do you say you hold it? A wind instrument.
Would you like to pass?
No. Would I assume that it's not?
That's the first time I've received a no from the panel. What? You can flip your card over one time.
You're not you're a clarinet player?
No.
5 down, and we go to Meredith McRae. No, he is not a clarinet
Is the
player.
instrument that you work with, is it larger or longer than a whistle?
Yes.
Yes.
This is really a wild guess, but do you play a recorder and have cobras come up from the baskets?
No.
No? I said it was a wild guess. It is.
6 down, and we go to Gene Rayburn.
Is it an instrument that the Western world is familiar with?
Yes. 30 seconds.
Yes. Let's see now. Is it a woodwind instrument?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a recorder?
No.
No. 7 down, Arlene. One more question.
Is it, does your costume belie the quality of the instrument? By that I mean, is it anything like a bagpipe or a... It's a bagpipe!
Very, very good. Yes, our guest, Mr. Harley, not only plays bagpipe, but he plays jazz bagpipe.
Oh, I wish we could hear it.
Oh, we're going to hear it. He has brought his bagpipe with him, and why don't you get your bagpipe and get all set, and I'll tell you that Mr. Harley plays with his own 4-piece jazz combo. They play indoors, nightclubs, concerts, outdoors at the Newport, and he's a member of the American Federation of Musicians. Now, it takes him just a second or so to get this thing wound up, pumped up. This is, wind. Let's see what happens now. There we go. That is really something but panel, one other thing that I would like to tell you that we didn't make you guess, and Marlene, this would have thrown you too. Not only is he a bagpipe player, but he is the only left-handed bagpipe player. So that you didn't guess, but you have won $35. We had a lot of fun having you with us on What's My Line, and thank you so very, very much. We'll be back with another challenger when What's My Line continues. Panel, I'm very, very proud of you for guessing our bagpipe player. Are you all set for the next one?
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, well, the next challenger come out and sign in, please. Bob? Is that Krugman? Krugman. Where are you from, Bob?
Chicago.
from Chicago, Illinois. You understand, of course, how to play the game.
Yes, I do.
Okay, let me tell the panel that Mr. Krugman is self-employed and deals in a product, and let's begin the questioning right after we show our audience exactly what Mr. Krugman does for a living. We're trying to keep these occupations so secret. We even hate to divulge what they are to the audience. Yeah. But anyway, you are self-employed, is that correct?
Yes.
And you deal in a product, and let's begin the questioning with Arlene Francis.
Mr. Krugman, would I be interested in your product?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Would I be interested in it for a man?
No. One down, and we go to Soupy Sales.
It wouldn't be any good for you, and it wouldn't be good for a man. Is it something that maybe an animal would have use for?
No.
No.
Two down, and we go to Meredith.
Does your product come in contact with the body in any way?
Yes, it does.
Is your product other than clothing?
Other than clothing?
Other than-
Absolutely not.
No.
So that's
Okay.
three down, and we go to Gene
Clothing.
Raymond.
Is it, in the run-of-the-mill, is it an expensive product?
Sometimes.
Could be.
Sometimes. And does it change the appearance of the individual who's involved with the product?
Hopefully. Well, I think we'd have to say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Well, then, is it, in the broad sense of the word, in the cosmetic field?
No.
What's clothing?
No. Four down, we go to Arlene.
It does come in contact with the body,
Yes.
however.
Yes.
Is it anything that would be in the massage line?
No.
No. And that's five down, and we go to Soupy Sales.
Is it
Massage.
something that would, you say it comes in contact, is it something that would benefit the top from the waist of your body up?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yes, I would say it would benefit. Not ruling out that it may not also have benefits for, you know.
I'm beginning to understand you,
Yeah.
Wally. Is it,
You want to pass?
yeah, I'll pass.
Meredith.
When someone wears this product or has it on, it can be worn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That has been established.
When they wear it, can you see it?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, therefore it isn't underneath.
Positively.
Is
yes.
it an accessory rather than a whole thing?
No.
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 So that's six down, and we go to G.
You know what I think? I think this is some kind of... Well, let me find out what it's made out of. Is this a manufactured product made of animal substances?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Does that
maybe.
mean it can also be made out of, let's say, plastics, for instance?
It could be.
In the
could be,
broad
but it's
sense of the term plastics.
I mean, is it a harness of any kind? A body
harness?
No.
Seven down, and we go to Arlene
Hopefully
Francis.
not.
Not a
You
body
said
harness.
before I would not be interested in buying it for a man. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Would I be interested in buying it for an animal?
No.
No.
So that's eight down, and back to Soupy.
But it's worn, it can worn from the waist up, but it's... Would a woman wear this more than a man?
Most definitely.
Oh, really? What would a woman wear from the waist up? I certainly...
You know, it's a shame we don't have our wig man. Maybe we could put a wig, or our beard man, you know, that we had earlier this week. He could put a wig on you, and you could think like a woman.
I pass, I don't.
Meredith?
You know what I was going to say? I was going to say a straight jacket.
Was that your question?
No, until you said that. Until you said that about women. Is it a bikini bathing suit?
Bikini? No. That's nine down. Gene?
If you wear it on the outside, it's not what I'm thinking what it is that a woman would be wearing. Is it decorative?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. And do you design the ones that you make?
Yes, I do.
And are they made of fabric?
Yes, they are.
And are they, do I understand correctly, they are not utilitarian?
I do not believe that question has been asked.
It hasn't.
I'm asking it to get a positive
All right,
response.
how are you asking?
Yes.
Am I correct in assuming it is not a utilitarian product?
And that's 10 down.
Wait, let me take a guess.
One guess.
Do you make maternity clothes?
Yes. But let me tell you, Mr. Krugman is the owner and designer of Plus One Limited, that makes a full line of popular price maternity clothes, dresses, and sportswear, and, you know, varied prices and so forth.
Right.
But you stumped them. You got 10 no answers, which mean you really stumped them. But Arlene, you know...
Well, I saw that bright eye come up,
came
and I
over
said,
me
oh,
suddenly.
she's got it.
Plus one, and if
Plus
a woman
one
has
limited.
4 children, you call it plus 4s.
Plus one, etc.
But Mr. Krugman is formerly a stage actor and a rock and roll singer, so he has other talents besides designing maternity clothes.
Well,
too.
obviously not too great, because that's why I'm designing and making maternity clothes.
But you've won $50, and thank you so much
very
for being
much.
with us on What's My Life. We'll be back to meet our mystery guest when What's My Line continues. And now it's time for our mystery guest on What's My Line, panel of the blindfolds in place.
Right,
Right.
Okay, so mystery guest, will you enter and sign in, please? Okay, panel, as you know, it's one question at a time. I'm going to cut you about 30 seconds short because our guest is so famous, and so I'm going to give you about 2.5 minutes to try to establish the identity of our mystery guest. And let's start the questioning with Meredith McRae.
Mystery guest, are you in the entertainment business?
You might say that.
Gene Rayburn.
Are you primarily an actor?
Not primarily, but I am an actor.
Arlene Francis.
Are you in the theater?
No.
All right. Soupy Sales.
Are you known then mostly for television?
I think that our...
Sort of, yes.
Yes.
That was a yes, okay.
Meredith?
Have you ever had your own television series?
Yes, I have.
Are you, do you sing? Sort of.
Is that
Yes.
a yes?
Is that a
Positively, yes.
yes? Uh-huh. Are you singing someplace around New York at the present time?
Yes.
Yes. Soupy Sales.
Would this be in a nightclub?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Meredith?
Are you also known for your recordings?
Yes.
Yes. Gene Rayburn.
I think I know who it is.
Try it.
Yes. Mel Torme.
I can't fool you.
That was very good, panel. A minute and a half, and you guessed Mel Torme. Mel, it's so nice to have you on.
Thank you. You know, I've been nervous as a cat about coming here today because earlier in the day I did an interview program with a very fine actor, Patrick O'Neill. And in the course of events, he talked about having some lunch. I said, gee, I can't. I keep this down, but I'm going to be the mystery guest on What's My Line today. He said, gee, that's interesting. I'm on the panel. So I've been dying to get here and see who's on the panel. I'm glad he was kidding.
I saw that special that you did with the Marty Page group, and I think just marvelous.
Thank you very
He
much.
does fantastic.
Just great.
You know, you have a very distinctive voice, Mel.
You mean even when I'm
That's
kidding
right,
like
even when
this.
you're disguising
I
us.
was-
The
I was gonna-
What is it? The Velvet?
No, don't say it.
Don't say it?
Don't say it,
Those
please.
are the old days.
Those are the old
Those are the
days.
old days. There's a new Mel Torme.
I was
What are
gonna,
you doing now?
I was going to do my impression of Edgar Buchanan, but I didn't know if you'd get it or not. You know.
Mel, you're marvelous. I'm sorry we didn't stump the panel, but thank you so much. for
I'm glad
joining
we
us.
didn't stump the panel.
And, well, you know, gee, how could they not have guessed you? It's so
That's
much
very
fun
kind.
having you here on What's My Line.
Thank you. My
so
pleasure.
much, Mel. Well, this has really been a fun week on What's My Line. You know, thinking back, panel, this past week on For example, Soupy, doing the yoga on Monday.
He was very good.
Oh, but Jean and Meredith guessed her father.
Right, that was fun.
Nothing
And, of course, Arlene, you're so far ahead of us in guessing who it is.
No, I have not, but I have done it
I
my
keep
whole
trying
life.
to give you, very bad answers, so, you can't possibly get it, but still.
I didn't guess so many. It was the glorious cooperation of us all.
But, I enjoyed it. You did escape the mustache last Thursday, though, when we all wore mustaches and beards.
Yeah. Right.
And that was interesting, too. But it's been a fun week on What's My Line.
Hear, hear.
Oh.
And next week it's going to be great, too. We've got lots of guests lined up and contestants with strange and wonderful occupations, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy very much joining us. Remember, every weekday, What's My Line? Thank you very much, panel, for being with us, and we'll see you all next Monday on What's My Line?
What's My Line? The Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This is Johnny Olson speaking. And now let's all play What's My Line?
I think I want the audience to know that the most delightful part of the show, Arlene, is always your introduction.
Oh, thank you very much.
But let me say to all of you, welcome to What's My Line? During the next 30 minutes, you'll meet some interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope will baffle our panel. And in addition, the panel will face a mystery celebrity guest a bit later on. But panel, are you all set?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's meet our first challenger. Would you enter and sign in, please? Peter Morrell.
New York City. New York City.
Right. All right, our panel, Mr. Morrell, won't you join me right over here?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Morrell, I'm sure you know how to play our game, so let's let the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, I'd like to tell you that Mr. Morrell is salaried and does deal in a product, and let's begin the questioning with Arlene.
Mr. Morrell, is it a product that I might use?
Yes, it is.
Is it a product that one would have in the home?
Definitely yes.
Yes.
If I had it in the home, would it be seen rather than hidden?
Yes.
Perhaps.
Is it edible or potable?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a product that one would see at mealtime?
Yes.
Is it an accompanying product to a meal rather than the main course?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it, I don't know where I'm going.
It sounds good, though, Arlene. It sounds real good.
Is it anything in the condiment family?
Now, you're our expert, Mr. Morrell.
No.
No, I would say no also, so that's one down and we go to Darryl.
Is it something that it is eaten either before or after the meal?
Before?
I'd have to say yes. Yes and no.
I would think that it is the type of thing that may be used in either case, but I'm going to give you a no, Darryl, because I think, generally speaking, this is a product that would not be eaten before or after as much as it might be taken of some other time. So that's two down, and we're going to go to Phyllis.
I see. Now, we haven't established whether it's eaten or drunk, have we? We
That
just
is
know
correct.
it goes in your mouth.
That is correct.
Okay. If I brought this thing out at a dinner party, would I get oohs and ahs? If it were good?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to take a wild thing. Is it something you drink?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it in the alcohol and spirits division?
Yes.
Is it in the wine and spirits division?
Yes. Yes.
Is it you do something with wine?
Yes.
Your product is wine.
Yes.
I have to find out what you do with wine.
That's correct.
You drink a lot of wine. What do you do with wine? You crush the grapes with your little toesies. I don't know. What do you do with wine? You bottle it.
No. That's 3 down and we go to gone.
Hello. Do you never actually drink the wine? Must you
No.
spit it?
Is that correct? That would be a no answer. So that's 4 down and we go to Arlene.
Well, then are you a wine taster? Do you...
Very, very good. Phyllis, the question that really threw me was, or Gon's question that really threw me was, do you not swallow the wine?
That's
and where
yeah.
have I heard
You
also
spit it
that
out.
wine tasters never really swallow wine? Is this correct?
That's correct, except I've never spit out a bottle of Lafitte 45.
And I want to tell you that Mr. Morell is the youngest wine taster probably anywhere, isn't that
Well,
correct?
definitely in America. I think perhaps in England they have some.
You just for young wines. They have
Just
old
for
wine
young
tasters for old wines.
But he's a partner in Morell and Company, which are importers and retail wine merchants, and you say you have sampled something like 30,000
30,000 bottles
of wine. That must be a very pleasurable.
Do you travel all over the world doing this?
Yes, I do. I go annually to France, Germany, Spain, Italy.
As a wine drinker, I'd like to ask a question. How do you rate, say, our domestic wines with the French wines?
I think they're quite good. Price-wise, you can certainly find a good bottle of American wine better than a good bottle of imported wine, and they're getting better every year.
That's our expert's opinion. All right, you didn't stump the panel, but you did get 4 no answers, and thank you so much, Mr. Morell, for being with us on What's My Line. And we'll be back to meet our next challenger when What's My Line continues. Our panel, you did marvelously well on our first challenger. You all set for the next one?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, our next challenger, please enter and sign in. Nancy Powers. Welcome to What's My Line. Panel, this is our panel. And Miss Powers, where are you from?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. All right. And won't you join me right over here, please? Okay, Miss Powers, I'm sure you know how to play our game, so let's let the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, I'd like to tell you that Miss Powers is salaried and deals in the service, but there's one other thing that I'll tell you before we even get started. That Miss Powers has a full-time job as a secretary at a medical advertising agency, so the job that or the occupation that we're trying to identify is really her second job. So now that that is clarified, let's begin, and with Darrell Hickman.
Miss Powers, is your service, could it be used by both men and women?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it something that I would use?
Yes.
Yes.
In order to use your service, would I have to come to your place or establishment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Do you wear any kind of costume or uniform when you perform your service?
Yes.
Would it be a costume rather than a uniform?
Yes.
Yes.
Would we have any contact as far as touch is concerned?
No.
Touch, 1 down, and we go to Phyllis.
Thank you. Miss Powers, so you work during the day, then at night you go and change into a costume, and and I could come to see you or
Yes.
do what you do. Now, could it be classified in any way as entertainment or sports?
Yes.
Is it entertainment?
Yes.
Secretary by day and what by night? Do you move your arms and legs in the costume?
Yes.
Is there music playing?
Yes.
Is it roughly dancing? Or
Roughly
not so
dancing? Oh, and that's 2 down, and we go to
It's
Gone
not
Granger.
roughly dancing, all right.
Do you use your voice with this music?
No, I think not. There may be times you know, that she would use her voice, but I've gone.
That's very unfair.
You are so persuasive, but still you get a no, and it's 3 down, and we go to Arlene Francis.
Do you use anything other than yourself when you're performing?
Yes.
Is it some sort of thing that you handle, that you use your hands on?
Yes.
Is it something other than a musical instrument?
Other than a musical instrument, and that's 4 down.
Oh,
you
it's
get a no, and we go back to Daryl Hickman.
Do you play a musical instrument?
Yes.
Is it an instrument not usually associated with the female sex? Is it?
I think we would have to say, perhaps.
Is it an instrument that you hold in your hands?
Yes.
Is it something that you would blow?
Yes.
Is it? Well, there are a lot of things it could be. Is it a tuba?
No.
Tuba, 5 down, and we go to Phyllis.
It's something you blow. Is it? But is it in the horn? It's in the horn family then.
Yes.
What do you blow besides a tuba? A saxophone?
No.
A saxophone? No. Gone Granger.
You use your arms as well. A trombone?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Our guest, Miss Powers, is a trombonist, but now, does anyone have any idea where she might play the trombone? Just for fun.
In Memphis?
Not in Memphis. No, I'm sorry. She is a member of the Kit Kat band in Cabaret. But Miss Powers, you were not able to stump our panel, but you have consented to give us a demonstration of your art. So if you'd like to get ready, I'll tell the panel just a bit more about you as you're getting all set up backstage. Okay, I'd like to tell you, panel, that Miss Powers has been playing almost since childhood in high school bands and the Memphis Symphony. She's filled engagements at Reno and Harrah's Club and, you know, many nightclubs. And she's going to be accompanied with her trombone solo by another member of the Kit Kat band from Cabaret, who is Mary Ann Burns. And they look like they're all set up and ready to go. And here is Nancy with the title song from Cabaret. That was delightful. Very, very nice. And you know, I think that we not only do we have one trombonist with us today, but I understand one of the members of our panel has played the trombone on Broadway. And that would be no other one than Arlene. Arlene, please. Center stage. Someplace here I have another mouthpiece.
Another mouthpiece. And
All
you're going
right.
to ruin my arm brochure is no good.
Your arm brochure is no good.
I've even forgotten how to hold it. It's been so long.
But now, before we start...
First I want to explain to you that if you can blow a note, you're already miles ahead of anybody else.
But you've played on Broadway.
Yes, but I haven't done that for a year. And then I only played a note. It is difficult. Explain to the audience that it's very hard. Does anybody out there play?
Arlene,
I may not be able to.
Before you start, what will your selection be?
Oh, I'm not going to... My selection's going to be B-flat, if I'm lucky.
All right, here she is, Miss Arlene Francis.
Don't applaud yet. Wait.
I'm constantly amazed by your many, many abilities. Marvelous, Arlene.
I just want... It is marvelous, isn't it? And if any of you think that's easy, I'd like to ask somebody from the audience to come up here and do it, but we haven't got time. It's the hardest thing in the world to do, blow a trombone. You take my word for it?
You're going to break your arm. Thank you very much, Miss Powers, for being with us on What's My Line. We'll meet our mystery guest when What's My Line continues. Well, panel, you have a perfect score so far on our first game. And if you're all set, you know it's mystery guest time, so are the blindfolds in place?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, so let's meet our mystery guest. Will you come in and sign in, please? All right, panel, our mystery guest is here beside me, and I want to tell you that it's one question at a time. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and we'll start the questioning with Phyllis.
Well, from that applause, I gather that you are someone notable in the entertainment field. Am I correct?
No.
No.
Go on, Granger.
Well, then, are you notable in the field of sport?
No. Arlene.
Not noticeable. Is your name seen in the New York papers?
Yes. Daryl.
Are you notable in the world of politics?
Absolutely not. Phyllis Newman.
You're not in politics or sports or the entertainment world. What are you doing as the mystery guest? If I took this mask off, would I go, oh my heavens, would I know your face? I would.
Yes.
Are you then involved, your face is well known, are you involved more from the directing point of view in entertainment business?
No. Arlene.
Do you have anything to do with food and drink?
I eat it.
What?
Oh, well, our guest says he eats it, but I think your answer would be no, so we'll go to Daryl.
Are you in the newspaper world?
No.
Are you a newscaster, or do you have anything to do with the events of the day on television?
No. Go on, Granger.
Do you write books?
Yes.
Oh.
Arlene?
I thought books were entertainment. Maybe he writes textbooks. Are you primarily known as a novelist?
No. Daryl Hickman.
Do you have a book on the bestseller list at the moment?
No.
Too bad.
Phyllis Newman.
You are a man.
Absolutely. Yes.
That wasn't a question. That was just a recap. Do your books have anything to do with physical activities?
No. Go on, Granger.
Are they funny?
Yes. Arlene.
Do you do a comic strip in the newspapers?
I know.
No.
You do?
Well, if you know, I will pass and let you tell me.
Okay, Phyllis.
Are you someone who used to appear on the show?
Bennett? Yes.
I thought Arlene would get me right off the bat.
We were so worried, Bennett.
Bennett, in the long years I've known you, I've never heard you grunt before.
We were so afraid, Arlene, that you would pick it up
sir,
just
I
immediately.
didn't. But when I said textbooks, I actually began to think about Bennett because he does publish textbooks as well as novels and every other kind.
I don't write them, though.
No, you don't write them. That's right.
Publisher of Random House, of course. And, well, Bennett, after 17 years of TV panel duty, how does Sunday night strike you now? You know, the show.
Oh, it's a very dismal night for me now. I put on my black tie out of force of habit. I prop up a picture of John Daly in front of me, and I cry like a baby.
But 17 years on What's My Line.
17 years with Arlene and John. and the late Dorothy Kilgallen, and we used to have Fred Allen.
Yes.
Who was about the nicest man I think I ever met. Those were great days, weren't they, Arlene?
Yes, they
I'm
were.
glad to see you recreating them.
But you know, we had fun with our mystery guest here. Have you had some... you used to have fun, too, I know, with your mystery guests. Did you ever goof up or have any real problems with mystery guests when you were in the town?
Oh, we had lots of them. I can't begin to tell you. It would take about 2 hours.
And but you're famous, you know, for your quips on What's My Line. It was always kind of a treat on the show when they finally came around to Bennett Cerf, you know. And you had something that you could just nail it, just like that. What is really your best and your worst? Could you give us 2 examples? You know, that John used to kid you a lot about
the puns.
Oh, Bennett, your pun, you know. But,
well, I think a very good pun, and I don't want any comments from Arlene about this, or Phyllis, or the gentleman. There's a story about an undertaker in San Francisco who was unloading a coffin at the top of a hill, and it slipped out of the hands of the people and started careening down the hill. And they all ran after it madly, and they couldn't get up with it. So the undertaker rushed into a drugstore and said, "Can't you give me something to stop this coffin?"
Bennett, thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. You know, we have a commuter with us on our panel, Gone Granger. Gone, where are you commuting from this week?
This week I'm commuting from London. I flew in Sunday night, and I'm going to fly out again tonight. It's incredible.
Would you like to stay in this country, you think, permanently?
Oh, yes, I would indeed, very much. In fact, I've just spent practically 18 months here. I came here at the beginning of last year with the Bristol Old Vic Company playing Romeo. All the Shakespeare. And then I loved it so much, when I got the opportunity, I came back again. In fact, I spent 2 weeks in London and came straight back.
But you're going now back to London, and I understand you're going to do a play there.
I'm going to do a play by Bernard Shaw called The Devil's Disciple. I'm going back to the classics.
Oh, that sounds marvelous. Sounds like you're very busy in London.
Very busy, and after that I do a picture called The Early Life of Stephen Hind.
Gone Granger.
Right.
Well, panel, I think you did very, very well today. They did marvelously well. You got 3 out of 3, which you just can't top anyplace else. So that qualifies you all to come back tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow, too, on the all-new What's My Line?
What's My Line is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Miss Frances Downs by Bonwit Teller. This is Johnny Olson speaking. And now let's all play What's My Line?
Arlene, your introductions are always first rate, but today I'd love to hear Gone Granger say, Miss Arlene Francis. I think that's
Francis, yes.
Francis.
It should be Francis, isn't it?
Yes.
No, Francis.
No, Francis I think is very nice. But let me say to all of you, welcome to What's My Line? During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope will baffle our distinguished panel. And in addition, the panel's going to face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on. So panel, are you all set? Okay, well, our first challenger, come out and sign in, please. Eldora Mangini. Mrs. Mangini, our panel, Mrs. Mangini, and won't you join me, please, at the desk? And where are you from? San Lorenzo, California. All right, and now let's let the audience know exactly what your line is. Mrs. Mangini already knows how to play the game, so panel, I'd like to tell you that she is salaried and deals in a product. And let's begin the questioning with Daryl Hickman.
I would like to... Where was that in California you were from, Miss Mangini?
San Lorenzo, California.
San Lorenzo. You're salaried and deal in a product.
Yes.
Do you work for a profit-making organization?
Yes.
Is the product something that would be used by both men and women?
Yes.
Is it something that you could buy in a department store?
No.
No. So that's one down, and we go to Phyllis Newman.
Is this product larger than, I'm not going to say a bread box, is it larger than my whole person?
No.
No. That's two down. Go on, Granger.
Would I take this product when I get it from you? Would I take it into my house?
Yes, you would.
Yes, I would. If I took it into my house and I lived in a two-story house, would I... They think my accent's very funny. It's ridiculous. Would I take it to the top store or story floor?
Go on. We don't know what is on the second
Well,
floor.
you know you have floors. You call them apartments and I call them flats. Well, if you have two apartments, one above the other, that's a house. And so in the upstairs floor of the house, where you'd have places like bathrooms and bedrooms and that sort of thing.
Bathrooms and bedrooms, that's three down, and we go to Arlene Francis.
Nice try. Could we take it to the bottom floor of his house?
Perhaps.
Yes. All right. Is it something that comes in contact with a body?
Yes.
Does it come in contact with a body because we swallow it?
Yes, sometimes.
I would say yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is it liquid rather than solid?
Could be either way.
Could be.
It can come in many ways, huh? Is it nice to have around in hot weather?
Well, I suppose so. Wouldn't you think so, Mrs. Mangini?
Is it, since it can be both ways, is it liquid and then sometimes you freeze it?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Is it aqua pura? Is it water in any way?
Water in any way?
Yes. By that
Not
I mean,
in the
is
sense
it water
of the
and then
question.
ice?
No. So we're going to give you a no, and that's four down, and go to Daryl Hickman.
Is it something that you would eat at any of the 3 meals of the day?
Yes.
Yes.
Would it be something that you would drink during your meal?
You could,
Yes,
but I think we better give them a no in all fairness. That's 5 down, and we go to Phyllis.
Is it something that's grown in the ground or on the trees?
Grown in the ground to the 6 down, and back to gone.
Is it medicinal?
Medicine?
Medicinal. Well, that's medicine.
No.
You don't like me at all.
7 down, and Arlene.
Is there anything sweet tasting about it?
No.
No. That's 8 down, Daryl.
Then it's bitter tasting.
No.
No. And that's 9 down, and we go to Phyllis Newman.
Now, wait a minute. Let's have a recap. It's not bitter. It's not sweet. It's liquid, but it's not from something grown. And you could have it with your meals. You said you couldn't have it.
I'm surprised you don't know what it is.
Are you? It's not bitter, not sweet. Is it something on me?
Something on you. You've stumped our panel. That's no. 10 down. And let me tell you that why don't you tell them what you do, Mrs. Mangini?
I'm an egg breaker.
Panel, Mrs. Mangini works for the R.W. Thayer Company of California, and they sell eggs which are frozen. So her job is breaking the eggs so they can then be frozen and sold to bakeries and restaurants.
You mean they freeze the inside of the egg, the yolk and the white?
Freeze
No.
it.
After it's broke, then it's frozen.
Like plasma.
It's out
Right.
of the shell.
But I tell you what, she has agreed to demonstrate her egg-breaking skills, so if you'd like to get ready, I'll tell the panel something more about that. I asked Dory how many eggs she thought she could break in a minute, and she said about 110. She has timed
With a
herself
hammer?
breaking eggs. With a hammer?
I could do it.
No, you'll see. She has some very special egg-breaking equipment that she brings along, which is rather unique because most egg... I never thought you really needed special equipment to break eggs. But here we come. And this is the... How many eggs do we have here now?
Half a dozen in a flat.
About 2.5 dozen in each flat. All right, now why don't I give you 60 seconds, and we'll see how many eggs you can break in 60 seconds. And now let me get my watch all set here. Are you all set?
Could I take this glove off first, please?
One flat. Let's just try one, just the top flat.
Took her mittens
okay.
off.
Took your mittens off. All right. Ready, set, go.
Oh, God.
Slower this time.
15 seconds right now. Whoop. 20 seconds and one flat. How many? How many eggs are on one flat?
2.5 dozen.
That's 30. So that would
Now
be
would
30,
you mind
60,
scrambling them? We're
30,
very hungry.
60, 90. That would be like 90 eggs then you could break in 1 minute. It isn't quite up to your record, but it's very good. How about a volunteer, one of our panelists, an egg? Phyllis, thank you. Oh, you're marvelous. Let me help you here with your apron. And maybe we can loan your apron
What do
to...
you want me to do?
I want to see if you can do as well. Now, she broke 30 eggs in 20 seconds.
Oh, good. Oh, yes.
Are you?
Wonderful.
And don't just pick them up and, you know, you have to break them the way she broke.
Oh, you mean all right.
Now,
Can
wait
she
just
give
a
me
second.
one quick lesson?
Wait just a second.
You just put them here?
Don't lay them.
She'll show you here in just a second.
Da-da-da-da,
I think you kind
da-da-da-da.
of... Quick
Okay.
instruction.
Oops, sorry. Yes,
Think it's
okay.
this way.
Right. Good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Enough instruction.
Okay.
Enough
1,
instruction. Ready,
2,
set,
3.
go!
Ow!
Go!
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Is this any way for a grown woman to make a living?
Time's up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Phyllis, I'm sorry, you didn't win. 8 eggs in 20 seconds. That means your record is 24 in 1 minute, but you're marvelous.
Back to
Thank you,
singing and
dear.
dancing.
And thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. And we'll be back to meet our next challenger when What's My Line continues. Well, the score is 1-0. Our first challenger stumped you, but let's see if we can't do better with the next one. So if our next challenger is all set, would you enter and sign in, please? Phyllis Malkin. This is our panel, Miss Malkin. And where are you from?
New York City.
All right, won't you join me right over here, please, and we'll get all set to go. Let's let the audience at home know exactly what your line is. Panel, I'd like to tell you that Miss Malkin is salaried and deals in a service, and let's begin the questioning with Gone Granger.
Yes, please. Hello.
Hello.
Would I come to you for this service, please?
You could.
Thank you. Would you wear that dress when I come, please?
Not
well,
quite
wasn't
as
really-
short.
well,
Not quite
not
as
as
short.
short, no. But would it be in the form of a uniform, then?
No, it would not.
That's one down, we go to Arlie.
Miss Malcolm, can women use your service as well as men?
Yes.
Do you work indoors?
Yes.
Do you work, is there something active about your job rather
You
than
mean-
static?
Does she move about or
rather
something
than
like this?
sedentary.
Yes, I would say.
It's active.
Yes. You move around, do you, when you're at work?
Yes.
Is there anything entertaining about what you do?
There may be entertaining moments, but I think
Moments.
generally speaking,
No.
it's no. That's two down, and we go to Daryl Hickman.
If I came to you for this service, would you touch me?
No.
No, that's three down, we go to Phyllis.
Where you do your service, are there other young ladies doing their services at the same time? Yes, there could be.
Sometimes.
And if I came to you and availed myself of your service, would I pay?
No.
I wouldn't pay.
No.
Would
Not in that sense. So that's
money.
four down.
I wouldn't pay money?
No. Gone Granger.
Would I feel much better having come to see you?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Would you talk to me a lot?
Yes.
You would? Did you have to go to a university? Did you have to get a degree to be able to do what you do?
Yes.
You did. Would I write things down when you talk to me?
No.
No. That's 5 down and we go to Arlene.
Would you write things down?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Do you have another title besides Miss or Mrs. Malcolm?
Would I be addressed?
I would say in the
doctor
course of carrying on her occupation, she could be addressed as Miss Malcolm, and that would be fine. There would be no other title associated with her job description or occupation.
I just meant, did she have a degree? I guess I didn't put
Oh,
it
well, that's a
properly.
different question. Does she have a degree?
Yes, I have
Yes.
a degree.
Could you be ever seen in a courthouse?
Yes.
Are you a lawyer of some kind?
No.
No. That's 6 down. We go to Daryl Hickman.
Do you somehow then work for the court in some way?
Yes.
You couldn't be a judge, a lady like you.
Is that a question?
No. Do you have something to do in assisting at trials?
No.
No. So that's 7 down? No, not really. I don't. Let's give them a no. We'll
Yes.
argue with them later. Okay?
What? All right.
There-
Partially.
well,
Partially.
her job may have something to do with association, but I think this would lead you a bit, perhaps, astray. And the major part of her job is doing something else. 30 seconds, panel.
Do you
Phyllis?
have do something in an advisory capacity?
Yes.
Do you advise people, for example, of their rights or when they come to trial?
You mean like a clerk at a court who would
Well,
say...
an assistant, a stenographer, clerk,
No.
anything like that.
And that's 8 down. 15 seconds. Gone,
Just what I
Ranger.
was going to ask. And you don't wear a uniform, and I would be pleased to come and see you. And you don't take any money. But do I give somebody else money because of you?
No, I'm going to
No,
flip all the
no.
cards, panel. I think
You
we're
rush me.
stumped on this one. I'd like to tell you that Miss Malkin is a probation officer. You work here in the city of New York, isn't
Yes,
that right?
I'm with Manhattan Criminal Court at present.
And she has a degree in sociology and psychology. And you've been on your job about a year now?
A year.
And
yes.
what she does, there's a difference between a parole officer and a probation officer, whereas you deal with people that have been given suspended sentences, generally speaking.
Not necessarily. They just haven't gone to jail yet. As parole, it's after jail. This is in lieu of jail.
Well, Miss Malkin, you've stumped our panel, and thanks so much for being with us
My
on What's
pleasure.
My Line. And we'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues.
Out-of-town challengers stay at the St. Regis Sheraton, one of New York's most exciting hotels. Impeccably elegant, but you can still swing a little.
Okay, panel, it's mystery guest time with the blindfolds all in place.
Yes.
Okay, so mystery guest, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, panel, our mystery guest has entered, and you can tell by the applause that it's someone that our audience is very well acquainted with. Let me remind you, it's one question at a time. I'll give you 3 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and let's start the questioning with Phyllis.
Do you appear on television?
Yes.
Do you appear in films as well as television?
In films?
No.
No. Arlene.
Are you on a television series?
Yes.
Are you on a television series during prime time at night?
No.
Are you on during the day?
Yes.
Are you in what you call soap, a series every day, but one of those?
Soap opera.
Is that what I mean? Yes.
No.
Are you- no.
No.
Oh, no. Well, would you be in news?
No.
Oops.
Oh. Yes.
Sometimes.
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 Do you have your own show?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you have your own show, but it's not news sometimes. Do you interview people?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Is it that that one that's in the morning that goes on for a long, long time called
Today Show.
called the New Yorkers. Is that what I mean?
No.
No. Arlene.
Do you work for the Columbia Broadcasting System?
No.
No. Daryl Hickman.
Do you have a title in front of your name?
Yes.
Aha.
You guess it, Daryl.
Dr. Joyce Brothers?
Yes. Daryl, what gave her identity away?
Well, first of all, she deals in a service, and I always use her service. I listen to her advice very carefully.
I can see you're very well balanced indeed.
Thank you. I knew your voice.
Well, you know, your advice is sought after. Do people ever stop you on the street and ask for free advice when they recognize you?
Only when I'm alone. If I'm with someone else, they will never, they'll nod and say hello. But if I'm alone, or for example, in a self-service elevator, they will want a full indication of their lives from the 17th floor to the 19th floor. It just can't be done, unfortunately.
Well, you know, our show must be an interesting study in psychology. Why are people interested in other people's jobs? Just generally speaking, and that might also come off, some of the psychological reasons is What's My Line was so successful for many years.
Well, each person is not a single individual. There's no real me. They are a composite of all of the roles that they play. And one very important role that a person plays is the job role, whether the job is housewife or the specific task that they perform. And so it is part of the personality and a very important part. And people love other people.
I wonder if Mark Goodson and Bill Todman knew that when they first conceived this. But Dr. Brothers, it's been marvelous having you with us. I'm sorry they guessed your identity, but your fame and your voice are so well known that I don't see how they really could have missed. But thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line.
Thank you.
You know, I think we're so fortunate in having Phyllis Newman with us on the panel this week. But Phyllis, you actually have more seniority on this show than I. You used to be a guest panelist quite often.
Come on whenever I was asked. I love doing the show, and I have a marvelous time.
Oh, and you do it so well, and I particularly like the way you break eggs.
The way I break eggs, thank you. Whoever thought when I grew up, yeah.
But tell me, you're doing something very exciting. You're going to do the big CBS Playhouse show,
yes,
the first big one of the year.
It's called The Couple Next Door. It's the first one of the CBS Playhouse series, and it's an hour and a half. And it's a very dramatic show. It's about teenagers, drugs, and their parents, and it's kind of interesting. And it's the first time that I will play an old mother.
An old mother.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to it, though. I really am.
But do you prefer the dramatic roles as opposed to the musicals that you did so marvelously?
It just depends on the quality of the writing and the quality of the the vehicle.
Any good show is a challenge, isn't it?
And now let's all play What's My Line?
Oh, what a good-looking group we have over there. A nice-looking panel. You all set to go? Everything all ready? Well, welcome, everyone, to What's My Line? During the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet interesting people engaged in occupations which we hope will baffle our panel. And in addition, the panel will face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on. So if everyone's all set, let's meet our first challenger, and would you come in and sign in, please? Gene? Belucas. Jean Belucas. And where are you from, Jeannie?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York. Come on over here and join me, if you will, please. While you get all comfortable and sit down here right beside me, let's let our audience know exactly what your line is. Panel, I'd like to tell you that young Jean is self-employed and deals in the service, and let's begin the questioning with Arlene.
Well, now, Jean, is this service a very useful service?
I would say so.
Yes.
Yes.
Does it require you to be entertaining in any way?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you consider yourself in some ways a performer?
Yes.
Are you talented in a line of, let's say, puppetry? Do you handle puppets at all? No.
And that's one down, and we go to Daryl Hickman.
Miss Belucas, you look lovely in your pink dress.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wonder, do you, in performing, do you appear on the stage?
No.
No. That's two down, and we go to Phyllis.
Do you have anything to do, Jean, with music or musical instruments?
No.
Three down, Gone Granger.
Hello, Jean. Do you perform, can you perform in the open air? Plus, what I mean by that is, I get very confused, do forgive me.
No.
I haven't got there yet. I'm not there. Hang on. Do you perform under canvas? Under a tent?
Not normally.
Sometimes.
There may be times when Jean would perform under canvas, but under her normal performance, I think that we would have to give you a no to under canvas. So that makes it four down, Gone Granger, and we go to Miss Arlene Francis.
Well, are you part of any group of players that entertain children or people in different neighborhoods?
Part of a group of players, and that's five down, Arlene. We go back to Daryl Hickman.
Well, that was a no, I guess.
That was a no.
Do you, in your performing, do you wear any kind of costume?
No.
Six down, Phyllis Newman.
Are there other children who do what you do?
Yes.
Do some of them do it at the same time you do it?
Yes.
Do you speak when you do what you do?
No.
You don't speak at all?
And that's seven down and Gone Granger.
Do you use your legs a lot?
Yes.
Small conference.
Yes.
Small conference. I think we're going to say that we're going to have to give you a no, that she does not really use her legs a lot in performing the service that she performs. So I'm going to give you a no. That's eight down, and we go to Arlene.
Am I correct? Did we get a no for there is no music whatsoever?
That is correct.
Associated with
it
the
has been
Miss
established
Jean?
that music is not necessary for her to perform her
I
service.
see. And you can wear whatever you have on at the moment when you are doing your performing. That's correct, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
Do people pay any money to see you do what you do?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
You don't speak, and you don't dance, and you don't sing. Do you do anything active when you are performing?
Yes, I would say yes, it's active.
Yes. Do you give exhibitions of some kind?
Yes.
Would they be exhibitions in a sport line?
Yes.
Yes.
She's not a bullfighter, I can tell. And you don't do it near water because you would need a bathing suit for that. I'm just talking out loud now.
Would you like to
Excuse me.
pass, Arlene?
Are you perhaps, are there balls engaged in what you do?
Yes.
Yes.
Would ping pong be even
Ping pong?
close?
Ping pong, I'm
Is
afraid,
far
would
away
not be
because
very
she's
close.
really,
So we'll say 9 down and go to Daryl Hickman.
Do you do something with your hands or arms while you're doing this?
Yes.
With these balls, do you use the balls with your hands and arms?
Like
somehow?
you suggest?
Like a juggler.
Like a juggler? Oh, that's a very good question. But you get a no, and she stumped the panel and won the game.
No, I think it's golf. What do
You're
you
wrong.
think?
Basketball.
You're wrong.
Baseball.
You're wrong.
I think she's a football player.
Tell
from
them
the
what
New
it
York
is,
Giants.
I play pool.
Let me tell you that young Jeannie, who is 9 years old, gives trick billiard exhibitions for AMF and a number of other companies. She's considered freelance. She gets about $150 for each exhibition, and she's a trick billiard shot.
What do you say to your mother, Gene? You say, Mom, I'm going down to the pool room for a while?
But I tell you, we wanted Jeannie to be able to demonstrate her ability with her trick shots, but of course it's a bit difficult bringing in a pool table and getting everything set up in the studio. So what we did, her father took some motion pictures of her actually doing some of the shots, and we have them here now. And now if we could see them, Jeannie is going to explain just what she is doing, and we can watch here in the monitor, Jeannie. Now there you are. What are you doing here?
I'm making all the balls in the side pocket in 8 seconds.
Look at that.
Do you ever miss?
No. And this is called a machine gun shot.
No, what are you getting ready to do here?
I'm going to make the 8 ball in the side pocket.
That's the black one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one you don't want to be behind.
Look at that. Oh. And what else? Now, what is the next one coming up here?
I'm going to hit 3 rails and make the 8 ball in the side pocket.
3 rails and the 8 ball in the side pocket. Now, you're getting your cue sticks on the table. And now you're looking for the cue ball. Get the 8 ball all squared away.
Look how calm she is.
All right, now watch. Watch this panel. Watch.
Oops.
Watch this.
Oh.
I don't believe
No.
How about that? And Jeannie also tells me that she regularly beats her father and her brothers and her mother and everyone else that she plays pool with. You're a delightful little girl. Thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. And we'll be back to meet another challenger when What's My Line continues. All right, let's see if our next challenger can stump our panel of experts once again. If our challenger is all set, will you come out and sign in, please? Suzanne Grayson. How are you? The panel? Grayson, where are you from?
Inglewood, New Jersey.
Englewood, New Jersey. Won't you come over and join me at the desk, please? And we're all set. While you're getting comfortable, let's let everyone in the audience know exactly what your line is. Okay, panel, I'd like to tell you that Miss Grayson is salaried and deals in a product. And let's begin the questioning with Gone Granger.
Hello. I know Englewood, it's lovely. Yes. Marvellous. It is too.
Yes.
Would you have anything to do with the last contestant?
Not at all.
No, that's 1 down. We go to Arlene.
And I trust we can say the same for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Grayson, is it a service that I might use?
It is a product.
I'm so sorry. I'm all unstrung.
She is salaried and deals in a product. Yeah.
Good.
You're excused, Arlene.
I'm sorry, Wally. Well, is it a product that I might use?
I don't think so.
No, so that's 2 down, and we go to Daryl Hickman.
Is it a product that a man would use?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it something that I would use somewhere on my person?
Yes.
Is it something that I would wear?
Yes.
Is it something that I would wear above the waist?
Yes.
Is it something that I would wear above the neck?
Yes.
Is it something that I would wear between the chin and the forehead?
Yes.
Something that I would wear on my face?
Yes.
Is it liquid?
Sometimes.
Does it have anything to do with shaving?
Shaving?
No.
No. That's 3 down, and we go to Phyllis Newman.
So this is something that could be liquid or could be another substance that you would you apply it to some part of your face?
Yes.
Or head? And it has nothing to do with shaving. That rules out after. Am I correct in assuming it rules out after shaving, lotion, cologne, and such?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what else do men put on their face? Is it? But no ladies would use it. Now, is it something that would? Is it something for man's vanity rather than for purpose?
Partly.
Yes, I would
Partly
say.
does it have anything to do with the sun?
Sun?
I mean, would it be effective in screening out sun, or
It may
put
be.
it on?
It may have some effect in that respect, but
No.
we're going to give you a no and say that's 4 down and go on to Gone Granger.
It's
You
quite
meant like suntan lotion or something of this
Yeah.
nature.
Would you think that I would wear this personally?
Certainly.
I would most certainly.
Yes.
Oh. Have a good one.
Maybe it's something doing your hair.
No
It
conferences?
must be, yes. So, no, but we got between there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't get this bit. But that was cut out.
Try it.
No. What about this bit down here? What else have you got on your face? No cream, no liquid. Could I stick it on me?
Stick it on
Yes, with glue.
with glue, 5 down. 30 seconds, panel. Arlene?
Well, I thought she might make
It isn't anything like a mustache paste or anything.
No.
Mustache, 6 down. That's another no. We go back
Does
to
it
Derek.
have to do with a particular feature of the face?
You mean a nose or mouth?
Yes.
No.
No. And that's 7 down. 15 seconds.
Let's
Phyllis Newman.
get back to that. If I were a man, I'd go ding dong. No, I'd take a liquid or this thing, and I would put it to my face like this.
Right.
I would do that to my face.
Yes.
What? But is it Arlene said? Is it makeup?
It's makeup. Would you like to tell them exactly what you do and what your
Yes.
product is?
Well, it's the Braji line of men's
Of men's makeup.
and
but I said,
toiletries.
but I said, is it for vanity's sake? It is for vanity.
Oh, yes.
Partially, but
But it
it's
makes you
for.
good.
I'm sorry, it's for really a psychological feeling of well-being and feeling great. You know, it's more than
Whoopee.
I don't like the way you said I would most certainly wear it. I most certainly would.
Miss Grayson has been with Revlon for the past 12 years, and this particular line of Revlon products is something that I believe you helped create.
That's true.
And,
Under Mr. Revson's direction, he
yes.
was vitally involved with it.
And I think you have something for the panel.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I think you could use a little of the face bronzer.
Oh, very good. Thank you,
And
Miss Grayson.
I have a couple.
Okay, and thank you so much for being with us on What's My Line. And we'll be back to meet our mystery guest when What's My Line continues. Okay, panel, it's mystery guest time on What's My Line, with the blindfolds all in place.
Yes, sir.
It's ruining my makeup.
Including your makeup. Okay, mystery guest, will you enter and sign in, please? All right, as you can tell, panel, our little-known mystery guest has arrived. You can tell from that applause. And I want to remind you that this time it's one question at a time, and I'm going to give you 3 minutes to establish the identity of our mystery guest, and let's begin the questioning with Phyllis Newman.
Are you seen on television with frequency?
Occasionally.
Yes. Gone Granger.
Are you seen in films as well?
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah. Arlene Francis.
Have you also appeared in the theater?
Yeah, occasionally, yeah.
Daryl Hickman.
Are you primarily known as an actor?
Well, 51, half a dozen other.
That's a pretty good answer. Phyllis Newman.
Are you appearing at this moment on either television series or Broadway play?
No, I'm not.
No. Go on,
Are you known for your sense of humor?
Yeah, to a great extent.
Absolutely, yes. Arlene.
Would you be considered a comedian above all else?
Yeah.
Daryl Hickman.
Have you ever had your own television series?
Nah.
Are you a comedian who also, who appears also in nightclubs and all kinds of things?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go on, Granger.
Are you appearing in New York at the moment?
Nah.
Are you a fellow on the type of Buddy Hackett?
No.
You mean...
That type of comedian. You know, wow.
6 of one, half a dozen.
Very good. Daryl Hickman.
Do you do other things besides perform?
Yeah.
Phyllis Newman.
I write.
Do you have a beautiful blonde wife?
No, but
Gone Granger.
I didn't hear the answer.
Watch you make a good matchmaker.
You write your own material, am I right?
Yeah.
Arlene?
Maybe it's a woman. Well, I mean, I thought there was some laughter about his blonde wife, so maybe it is the blonde wife. Are you a man?
Yeah.
Okay.
This conversation would make a great LP. Daryl Hickman.
Would we know you as performing a certain kind of character?
Nah.
Phyllis Newman.
No. In your nightclub act, do you sing as well as tell jokes?
Nah. I don't sing.
Go on.
Did you have a play on Broadway quite recently?
Yeah.
Arlene?
You know who it is? Well, if you do, say it.
I might be wrong. You go on.
Go ahead, no.
No, say it.
Woody Allen.
No.
You see, I made a fool of myself.
Now, wait a minute.
30 seconds, panel.
Was it a play that you acted in as well as wrote?
No, I just acted in it.
Daryl.
Thank God.
Was it a musical play?
Yeah.
Phyllis.
Musical play.
15 seconds.
Oh, heavens to Betsy, I'm so nervous. I can't think of one. Did you play an old man in it?
One time in the play, I played an old man.
One time.
Go on. One quick one.
How now, Dow Jones?
No. Anyone have any ideas?
No.
Okay, take off your blindfolds and be surprised. It's Godfrey Cambridge. That was a great job, Godfrey.
Yeah, how did you feel?
That was great. I'll tell you one thing, panel, too. Godfrey has a new game out, and it's Godfrey Cambridge's 50 Easy Steps to the White House. How's it doing?
It's doing very well. Actually, what we call it, I like to call it, is Monopoly for colored folks. You see, what you do is you play it with one dice. It's a regular game. You play it with one dice that you roll, because in the ghetto, you can only afford one dice. And you start off in Watts, Harlem, Mississippi, and Newark. And your idea is to get around the board as quickly as you can by rolling these dice, and you land on little spaces like you refuse to break up your family in order to get on welfare, so go back to go, and you are not invited to Harry Belafonte's Christmas party, so go on the Tonight Show and put him down.
But Godfrey, one other thing, too. You're starting your new show on CBS.
Oh, yes. I will have an hour variety show on CBS, I guess probably in January or so. And in the meantime, I'm just pushing my game. It's distributed by OG Products, costs $1.50. So you too, folks, can be colored for $1.50.
Okay, and Godfrey, thank you for being with us on What's My Line.
Thank you, brother.
Daryl, I understand we have a future Broadway hit soon to come out of your fountain pen. How about that? Tell me.
Well, I'm working on it. We hope it's a hit. I'm writing a musical about Sardi's, about the restaurant, the family. And I'm about 80% through the libretto, and it's just about composer time now, so it's a lot of work.
When do you think it's going to be
Well,
ready for production?
It will depend on how fast we can get at it. As Miss Newman knows, her husband being a very famous writer, composer, it takes a lot of time, and we did a lot of research. The family, goes back to 1907 in this country. It's a lovely family. It's a wonderful story. I hope I can do it justice.
Do you have a producer sort of in mind?
Well, I was going to produce it originally, but I think that's rather insane. So I think the agent now says, go to a producer and you write it and let somebody else produce it.
I know we'll all be looking forward to
Please,
seeing
and
it
buy a
hearing
ticket.
about it. And buy a ticket and
Thank
send
you.
us your
And
money.
whistle the tunes.
And whistle all the tunes and buy the
Right.
records as well. Thank you, Daryl. Panel, you were great today. Only 1 out of 3, but we're going to give you another chance tomorrow. And thanks to you for being with us on the all-new What's My Line?
What's My Line is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This is Johnny Olson speaking.